My proposition visualizes an alternative perception for the new administrative capital by utilizing 3D fabrication technology for rammed earth structures and adopting the culture and connectivity of Old Cairo. This stems from the question, how might we use appropriate technology to challenge the social and environmental consequences of the new administrative capital? The proposal sits within the context of Old Cairo and the new administrative capital, and questions the capital's shift towards a Western Eurocentric architecture that is heavily reliant on concrete construction. Instead, I propose a framework that works with mud as its main building material. This creative process cannot happen independently from communities and aims to reinvent the role of architects in Egyptian society by operating a workshop model, developing skills for workers, and working collaboratively with a team of other specialized architects, builders, and community leaders. The proposal looks at ways natural materials can be employed in traditional and innovative uses and ensure both the sustainability of the interventions and the continuity of a consolidated tradition. Inspired by vernacular vault and dome constructions in rural Egypt, a series of 7 modules have been designed as a basis for the proposition. The tangency allows us to connect the modules seamlessly and forming a series of architectural elements such as walls, columns, rooms, and openings. These moments, each with their specific functions and spatial qualities, are combined, manipulated, twisted, and deformed in order to create spatial solutions in the form of series of rooms and architectural elements. They are then expanded into an endless city carpet that has no boundaries. I am investigating the urban conditions that exist within Cairo and the social implications found in its segregated population and built environment. As I am from here, this project and research stems from personal observations and with a specific focus on 3 visits that demonstrate the spatial and material landscape of Cairo's concurrent urban expansions. There are over 1,200 informal settlements in Cairo, hosting an estimated 25 million residents. That's more than a quarter of the entire population. These buildings were illegally constructed using mud bricks due to an unregulated and unaffordable housing market. Gated communities witnessed a dramatic spread in Cairo, which reflects on how planning processes affect these communities inside a new town's urban fabric. These private satellite cities aim to provide exclusive isolation for the city's elite, while over 40% of Egyptians live on less than $2 per day. Only 2 years after overthrowing the first democratically elected leader in a controversial military coup and gaining unchallenged ruling power, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi announced the plan to construct a 700-kilometer square new administrative capital just 28 miles east of Cairo. The new proposed city is advertised as the solution to ease Cairo's long suffering of urban sprawl, overpopulation, and traffic congestion, through pictures of shimmering postmodern buildings, Dubai-like skyscrapers, and flashy images of a global city with smart infrastructure. Despite the social-economical propaganda, the relocation of the capital city is fundamentally a political power move to re-establish social order and reinforce ultimate state control. In the 21st century, mud brick can be perceived as a form of convulsion by the Egyptians, who have had to resort to local materials at hand in order to build for themselves. Visible new constructions by the middle and upper classes, in contrast with those of previous generations, display a detachment with the architectural heritage of Cairo. Due to the unregulated growth of a real estate market, scattered developments in cities have been left behind with poor urban planning, where millions of houses remain empty. Much like the gated communities of New Cairo, developments in the new capital disregard the heritage of Old Cairo and seem to cater only for the upper class.